Our final guest of the hour, Ozzie Davis. The name of the book, The Adventures of Frogman, Froggy's Patience. And it's got a delightful cover, great artwork, again, intriguing to look at. It's published by Tate Publishing. You can go to tatepublishing.com, amazon.com, barnesandnoble.com, and get a copy of the book. Ozzie, congratulations on your book, which is much more than just a singular book, as we talked about during the break. Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning to you, Stu, and everybody in the listening audience. I really appreciate and feel very honored to be on your radio show.
Well, I was surprised to find out just that this is not a singular enterprise. This is a series, isn't it?
Yes,
and how
sir.
many have you written in the series, and how many are designed to be part of it?
Thus far, I have written 44 books in The Adventures of Frogman. The 45th book, I have been stuck on basically writer's block. And then I also have 70 titles ready for me to give birth to, basically.
Do you have time to sleep or do anything else?
Well, actually, Stu, I run rental properties. I take care of my home. I do all my gardening. I do everything myself. I'm kind of a do-it-yourself type person.
Well, I love the ambition. I love hearing about it. How did all of this start with Frogman? Where did the idea come from, and how did it develop into this massive enterprise?
Oh, my goodness. Okay. I'm just a long story, as brief as I can. I had a brother-in-law that was passing away from cancer, and I was taking care of him at our home. And he passed away, and I owned their mother and father's property. I saved their property, their legacy. I lived over in the house for a little while because I had Keith at our house, and I needed a break, so I lived over in Mom and Dad's house, Mom and Dad Davis's house. And for years, my husband used to run around the house. My husband, Fred, used to run around the house singing, Froggy went a-courtin', uh-huh, Froggy went a-courtin', uh-huh. And that's all he would sing. And I'd say, honey, come on now. You know, there's got to be more to that song. Well, here I am asleep. My hours were like 4:30 in the morning. I'd get up around noon, writer's hours, I guess. And I go to bed about 4:30, shut the computer down, shut everything down. And I'm almost into that deep REM sleep, and I'm hearing my husband, who is in our other house, singing, Froggy went a-courtin', uh-huh, Froggy went a-courtin', uh-huh. And I wake up, and I'm like, honey, why are you singing right now? I've only been asleep for an hour. I need some sleep. And I wake up, and I realize Fred's not there. I get up, I turn the computer on, and next thing you know, 4 minutes later, Froggy's Patience came out.
Wow. And this kind of started the whole thing.
Yes, basically. I wrote it. I wrote another one. The next one is in production right now. Froggy Gets Lazy. I wrote it maybe couple months later, and then I didn't write anything for a long time. And then from January to March, in 60 days, I wrote the other 42 books.
Just out of curiosity, did this cure Fred Davis's ailment? Did he stop walking around singing that?
Actually, now that you mention it, I don't believe I've heard him sing that song since I wrote that book, and I've been with Tate for 10 years, so I've gotten a break from that for 10 years.
Wow. Is there a common theme in all of these books? Is there a message?
Common theme? Well, the books are directed for children, from newborn to about 6, because kids are getting pretty advanced. 6, maybe 7 be pushing it. And basically their attention spans are so short, I thought I could just hit lessons really quick. I mean, when I sent the book to Tate, it was just a little poem. And I thought, well, I don't know anything about what I'm doing. I have Asperger's, by the way. I have no problem sharing it with folks because I've been working on it. But I didn't know just to send a poem. So I actually hired a young lady from the JVS to do the artwork in my original book, and I had made 200 handmade copies of Frogman before Tate ever knew about me. And I sent them a completed book. Now, they got it, and they did different things to it, but I sent them an entire book right off the bat.
Wow. What was the most rewarding aspect of becoming a published author?
My reasons aren't really for myself. I lived a rather rough life, and I'm kind of inspired to share all my gifts with people and to inspire some kind of financial thing going on so that I can help people. Like all the proceeds in my Frogman series goes to Children's Hospital Shriners and St. Jude's. When the series takes off, they'll receive all the benefits of that. I've got another series called The World of Fuzzwald Friends. I'm going to be donating to either the Wounded Warriors or the Veterans Freedom. I haven't decided yet because I'm still checking out those two causes.
Good for you.
But
good for you.
I also write music, and I have a Christmas album coming out called A Christmas Treasure by Ozzie D. It'll be out this year, and that's also through Tate.
Oh, that's great. Do you have a website?
I did have a website, but I have been so busy, and I do everything by myself. I really have no assistance or help, so the website kind of got behind the times, which is a bad thing, but I've remained the same email address, which the audience can have, OzzieD411@AOL.com. You can contact me through there. I also give free books out. I do book signings. I've also made the characters in my children's books in the Fuzzwald, made them into doll form, and have made a life-size Fuzzwald. So I'm not sure where I'm going at with this, but I do know I'm going to be getting dolls manufactured in my other series. And so I'm kind of tempted to attempt to make a frogman, a real-life frogman, and maybe a life-size one.
Sounds great. Do you do any of the artwork yourself?
Actually, in the original book, I did the artwork and then showed her what I wanted and gave it to her. But when Tate got it, their artists, they see different. Artists see different things and different concepts. So they put their magic to it, and they kept my original Frogman, and I just had them kind of make him a little more on the muscular side. Because my series, I want to start taking it to, like, for instance, getting a computer, and he's learning the computer, and he starts gaining weight and gets out of shape, and then maybe I can take Frogman into the health lessons of life.
Well, take it there and take it everywhere. The Adventures of Frogman and Froggy's Patience by Ozzie Davis. It's been great having you on. Thank you, and I want to thank everyone for listening. This is Stu Taylor.